A live look there at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida. Today, we're ready for an entertaining battle. It's the Carolina Panthers and the Miami Dolphins. Fitzgerald all set to get this one started. And here we go from Miami. Here comes Malik Washington. He stopped on the run back at the 27. So the Dolphins offense headed out for their opening drive. And leading them out, someone who twice took the University of Texas to that college football semifinal. It's Quinn Ewers.
Okay, you watch Quinn Ewers throw a football, and I got to do it a bunch collegiately. You see why he was the #1 player in the country coming out of high school. Had to overcome some injuries over his time collegiately. He's got to maximize this opportunity and show off his greatest strength, and that is his ability to fire it.
Offense out now to get us started. It's 1st and 10. Opening carry for Devon Achane. Beats his way through a tackle. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Trayvon Merrick there for the stop.
That is just a great drive starter. What every offense wants. Gives you a little bit of energy, a little juice, and now a really manageable 2nd down.
Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3. Achane again. This is a nice gain. Nearly moved those chains. He's got it up to the 36.
Sometimes you just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play that just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer. Find the lane quicker. The defender maybe a half step late. This could have been much, much more exciting.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. Ewers will sneak it. He's fighting all he can, but won't get that final yard. They're going to have 4th down coming up.
That's all you could really expect from a sneak, Kate. 1, maybe a couple yards. So in that way, their job was executed. But the play call, well, that leaves me, and I think many, scratching our heads.
Now it's Jake Bailey, who's out to punt this for the Dolphins. Panthers with Trevor Etienne deep to return. And he's there. Fair catch called for and taken. So here come the Panthers now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the first player picked in the 2023 NFL Draft from Alabama. It's Bryce Young.
Watching Bryce Young at Alabama just made the game look so easy. One of those rare prospects where everything just feels like it's in slow motion and he's in total control. Well, fast forward to the NFL, and he took a beating early in his career. Everything must have felt like a blur. But there's no denying the promise he has as a quarterback. That high upside that made him the #1 pick overall.
They'll start on the ground. Dowdle. Looks like they'll give him about 2 on the opening play of this drive.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. On the ground again with Dowdle. And this will only complicate matters for 3rd down, partner. They're sent backwards. The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on plays like that, Brock. He handled that one just like a Mike would have.
Yeah, if injuries were to ever crop up, Kate, I bet he could handle the linebacker spot for them as well. Just tremendous diagnosis in that run support.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. to the air on 3rd and long. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And that brings up 4th and long. Well, I'm flipping through, Brock. That certainly wasn't in the offense's opening script, but if you're a defender, just how you wrote it up.
Yeah, defensively, that was a week of practice and planning visualized and executed in real time.
On 4th down, Panthers going to turn to Sam Martin to punt this one away. And he'll take in the fair catch just above the 35. So Miami headed out for its second drive of the game. And they haven't gotten their legs under them on offense just yet, Brock. 3 plays and a punt on their opening drive. Pretty good field position awaiting the Dolphins as they head up here, 1st and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Ewers. He's stepping up and takes off with this one. And this is a small pickup to the 39-yard line. And there's Nick Squilton there on the play.
The positive of that effort, he didn't go backwards. Didn't have a negative play. If there was a negative, you didn't get a whole lot done with your legs. Got to be more efficient now on 2nd down.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. To throw, Ewers. And the Panthers are just too much here. They're going to take him down. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. Here he goes, 3rd and long. This is complete to Waller. Picked up a good chunk, but they stop him shy of the first. It's 4th and short.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
Trying for it is Achan. And he stops. The call to go for it from their own side backfires on him with a turnover on downs, and that's a great field position.
I love aggressive defenses, and a blitz on 4th down's a gutsy call. But it can work against the pass, or in that case, against the run. Good luck running for the sticks when you've got a whole defense crashing the line of scrimmage off the snap.
Now for the 2nd time, we take a look at this Panther offense. They didn't start the game off like they wanted, Brock. Still searching for that opening 1st down as they take the field a 2nd time. First and 10 now from the 46. Young on the play action. Pass brought in by Teteroa McMillan. And he works this to the 38 before going down.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. The inside give to Dowdle. Breaks the tackle. He's got space ahead. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That result right there is why coaches all across all levels of football on defense talk about good, solid tackling, Kate. It's not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when you can bring a guy down, you're able to, and keep them from piling on those yards.
Play action now, Young. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
That's what I call complementary defense right there. That pressure by the group up front, that leads to the incompletion and to the benefit of that secondary.
After the incompletion, still at that 31-yard line, 2nd and 10. From the gun, a run for Dowdle. He's going to snag a couple of yards, charging up the gut. Minka Fitzpatrick in on the stop.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Extra DB out there for the Finns. 3rd down. They'll air it out on 3rd. Has him on the quick hitter. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. Give him 8 on that one. And that's good for a Panthers first.
An 8-yard pickup. First down, Carolina.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Offense getting set. Here's 1st and 10. Now it's Young. Short pass brought in. And they make the stop as that player reaches the 14-yard line.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Second and 3 now. On the ground, Chuba Hubbard gets it. Excellent play defensively as they get to him behind the line. That's going to bring up 3rd down. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
3rd down run with Dowdle. He's going to be stopped well shy of that 1st down marker. Call it a yard. That means 4th down coming up.
15-yard line. A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
Panthers calling on Ryan Fitzgerald here to attempt this field goal. From the same spot as an extra point here, 32 yards. Fitzgerald sends this through. And that'll mark their first appearance in our scoring summary today.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. That's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
Fitzgerald on to handle the kickoff. Washington now to return. This makes it up to the 25. The Miami offense headed out there now. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
First call here coming from the shotgun. Play action, yours. He tucks it and takes off. They got 21 yards on the play. And that is the Dolphins' first down.
Obviously, a defense wants to take away all the reads and prevent any kind of big throw for the first down. Fine. Well, this QB, he'll just lower his head and gash the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game.
Great start to this drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Here's yours to throw. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to be drugged down. Looks like at that 37-yard line. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
New set of downs from 37. From the shotgun, it's yours. Completed over the middle. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
At the Panthers' 31-yard line.
5 still to go here. This is second down. The first carry now. This is on Gordon. And he's going to manage 3 for them on the play. Stopped just a little bit shy of the marker.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
Third down, 1 yard to go. Oh, and they're going to have the fullback drive power for it. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the sticks.
At the end of the year, you look at the stats and you realize these fullbacks don't get a lot of touches, but the best of them, when they do get their chances, well, they execute.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Into the hands of Dulcich. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
That's not a big completion on a stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends will get you.
Second and 3 now. He's got it on the bootleg. And this one does not go far.
A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 1.
Here comes play number 8 of the drive, 3rd and 1. And give to Gordon, running left. And this is going to go in the wrong direction. He loses just about the amount of yards they needed to get there. It's going to be 4th down.
It's after plays like these, Kate, I love to study the body language. What is that offense doing after getting stuffed inside on a run like that? And more importantly, how much does it energize that defense?
Jason Sanders
4th down, and on comes Jason Sanders for the Dolphins field goal. It's a 38-yarder from the left hash. Sanders sends it through. And we're all tied up now in the first half.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Sets a return. It's Chuba Hubbard. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And a great run back has the offense just a touch shy of midfield to start this drive. Now we'll get a stoppage for an injured player as they head out to check on, looks like an injured Panther. So good field position for the Panthers. Starting this drive, 1st and 10. Shotgun give now to Dowdle. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock them behind the sticks. Job well done there.
And this one won't be caught, but we got a flag here. Looked like there may have been some early contact before that throw arrived.
Defense.
He got too aggressive to try and stop that play, and they tag him for pass interference. 1st and 10 now from the 46. Out of the gun, Young. Catch made over the middle. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Now the completion rate is strong, partner. The yards, you gotta imagine, will start to come soon enough.
You never go broke taking a profit, and you know this one too, Kate. The crumbs always lead to...
Oh, the cookie. Now I'm hungry. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. On the toss, here's Dowdle. And he's going to have this one down to the 37. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Oh, that vision he has when he gets into space like a chess master. Seeing multiple moves ahead of time. He knows who's going to attack and at what angles, and he maneuvers his way through before someone could finally get to him.
We've set it down from 37. Here's Dowdle straight up the middle. A lot of traffic up the middle there, and he's bounced outside and adds him 7. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Shotgun snap now to Young. That's incomplete on 2nd down. No luck finding his receiver that time. And now they'll face a 3rd and 3.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
Young to throw here on 3rd. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop it. And that sack brings the offense to 4th down.
Pretty even match in this first half. You're just kind of waiting, right? You just kind of try to get a feel for which defense is going to come to life. And when you get that sack, that can go a long way to infusing some energy on that side of the ball.
Comes Ryan Fitzgerald and the Panthers field goal team here on 4th down. He was money on his first field goal, Brock. His second coming a little inside of 50 yards. Fitzgerald sends this through. And that's going to break our tie and give them a 3-point advantage.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good than get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Now Fitzgerald on to handle the kickoff. Washington now to return. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
Washington on the return. The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
In the pistol formation here first as they come to the line. Ewers throwing out of the pistol. Gets it complete to his man, Tyreek Hill. And he's taken down just a couple of yards shy of the 40. We're through one, and for any kicking fans out there, this game has been for you. The Panthers have taken the early lead. Back to Hard Rock Stadium right after this. Back for the start of quarter number 2. It's Dolphin football as we begin. They've got a first to begin the frame. With Achane here out of the gun. Trying to make it happen, but no luck. This goes backwards on 1st down.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Throwing off the play fake. Isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And for the 2nd straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way. That's going to bring up a tough 3rd down.
In a situation like this, you got to be a fixer. I mean, this game is hard, and you get into known passing situations, it gets even more difficult. But when you don't get rid of the ball and you take another sack, you make this 3rd down a near impossibility.
Let's see what they went with on 3rd down. 3rd and long for him here. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
That is just a nice stretch of some reps there defensively. Really one of the areas when you watch college game to the NFL game that there is a vast difference. And that's the tightness of coverage. These windows of opportunity are small, and they could not find a completion.
Jake Bailey on the punt. And they could really use a good one here. Fair catch called for, and he brings it in. Looks like right at about the 29-yard line. The Carolina offense headed out now. And they were able to contribute 3 points to the lead their last time out. Another chance to build on that advantage here. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Young working from the gun. Hits him on the out route. And he's going to be brought down here at the 42. Give him 13 on that play. And that's going to bring up a Carolina 1st down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
And the Panther first down.
First down from the 42. They'll go with Dowdle on the run. And he's going to gain about 3 yards as they bring him down.
They got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs, gets the better defenses in this league.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's a quick pass, cut outright. He gets it up a little shy of midfield. Ashton Davis there on the stop.
And it's 3rd down.
To the line, here's 3rd and 3. Looking to throw, Young. Into the hands of Leggett. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
That's good for the Panthers. First down. A gain of 9 yards. First down, Carolina.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
First down from the 42. Young to throw it. Looking right, and he finds him. He's taken down at the 30. They gain 11 on that play, and that's good for a Panthers first.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On target to his back, Rico Dowdle. He's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's going to bring up a Carolina first down.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10. They're going play action. Young. That's complete. Sanders has gotten it outright. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers make it a 9-point advantage.
Touchdown.
You love seeing a tight end get the chance to show off those wheels, right? And in the best of cases, he can rumble the whole way home.
Kate, think of getting somebody with that type of mass rolling at full speed. Who's really going to want to stand in the way, wants to stop him anyhow? The answer, nobody.
This is Ryan Fitzgerald on to try the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Panthers make it a 10-point ball game.
To Miami and I'm eating like a dog. I go to Miami just for dinner.
Now Fitzgerald on to handle the kickoff. De-Eskridge to return it. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Offense returning to the field now for the Dolphins. They're down 13-3 as they take over. All right, Miami has its offense set, partner. Here comes 1st and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Ewers. He has all day. Down he goes. The Panthers got him. And nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play.
Hey, Kate, I think we know that the quarterback's a demanding position because not only do you have to have a clock in your head, but you've got to have a spatial awareness of where you're on the field. And once you start retreating, going backward and backward and backward, you got to just sling the ball in the stands. Otherwise, well, you take a huge negative sack like that.
Gonna need something special here. 2nd and 20 following the sack. They kick the running back in motion. Operating from the gun, it's Ewers. Complete out to the right side. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
That can be a hopeless feeling when you fire a curl route right into zone coverage perfectly like that. Unless that curl happens to be right next to where one of your guys is sitting, that pass can hum in there and there's nothing this defense can do.
Panthers countering with a dime package here. 3rd down. Here he goes. 3rd and long. Here's a screen for Achane. Jukes away from one. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much at training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, you can make a play in the open field. Keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
On again comes Jake Bailey to punt this away. Back deep to return, Trevor Etienne. Fair catch the signal, and he brings it in at the 23. The Panthers and Bryce Young making their way back out on offense. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. Carolina offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. On the draw, it's Dowdle. And he'll be stopped after just about a yard. 2nd and 9 coming up.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. On play action, here's Young. Connection made to Tremble. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
Now 3rd and 1.
Dolphins bring out a 5th defensive back on 3rd. Back to throw. Here's Young. He's going for it himself. And they get him right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, I think all quarterbacks have been there before. You start scrambling, you're hoping for something to materialize, and nothing does. You just try to get back to the line, live to play another day, and more importantly, avoid a loss.
Panthers is getting everyone set for the punt. Malik Washington will return this for the Dolphins. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. Play action, Ewers. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for a second down.
I think we've reached the point of the game, Kate, where I got to make my PSA. Protect the quarterback, and quarterback, protect yourself.
Be time to reach into the bag of tricks on second down. 16 to go following the sack. Throwing now off the play action. On him again, and he goes down again. And the back-to-back sacks. Nice work by the defense there. Sets him up with a third down.
That is now the 5th sack this offense has had to endure in the first half alone. We're on a double-digit pace here. And I'll tell you what, I know how these defensive coordinators work. They can feel the blood in the water. They are not going to stop getting after this quarterback until this offense can find a way to protect itself.
Extra DB out there for the Panthers. Third down. On the shotgun, Ewers. Shakes himself free. Downfield, this finds Waddle. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. It's a nice completion from the rookie passer out of Texas. Good for a first down, too.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position by hitting on that shot. You've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
One good for a gain of 4. It's second down.
Humble 5-6-yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means. But one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
First down run, nabs him 5. Now second and 5. They'll work against the blitz. And the Panthers are just too much here. They're going to take him down. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Goodness gracious, this quarterback is taking an absolute beating in this first half. And you better have some ice for him ready at halftime. I'll tell you this, Kate, it has been a brutal couple quarters. And if you don't start protecting the quarterback, this guy may not make it and even finish this game.
Third down here, need 8 on the play. Third and long, they're going to throw. This finds its target, that's Hill. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
All set to go now from the 35. Heads out on the bootleg. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And that sack drives him in the wrong direction, partner, ahead of this second down.
All right, up to the point of the game, Kate. Now, we got to get the ball out of our hands. He is just taking a beating all game long, and on this drive, yet again. Find a way to protect, find a way to run, and get the ball out of his hands.
After the sack, let's see what the offense does here. 2nd and 18 coming up. From the shotgun, it's yours. Quick slant taken in by Waddle. And they bring him down around the 34.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
It's been an 8-play drive, and on play number 9, now 9 is what they need on 3rd down. They'll throw, 3rd and long. And they can't connect on the 3rd down deep shot. Love the courage they had to try it, but it's incomplete, and now we've got 4th down.
You know exactly what he's thinking. Hopefully next time it's a little bit easier. The degree of difficulty on that one high. Throwing to double coverage, odds are against you.
4th down, and on comes Jason Sanders for the Dolphins field goal. He was good on his first kick. Gonna need to hit this one well to go 2 for 2. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that'll bring it back to within a score. The lead 7.
That's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Covered with a return here. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Panthers set to take the field. And they take the field in good but not great shape, Brock. They've got that lead, but no doubt they'd love to see it grow.
Yeah, just having the lead does take some pressure off. It doesn't change the sense of urgency. It's always on tilt in the NFL, but it should allow them to operate a little more freely.
Panthers look just about ready. 1st and 10. Now it's Young. Setting up the screen. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
I know coordinator, quarterback going to be upset with that 1st down because you call a screen on 1st, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, the defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks.
Shotgun snap now to Young. Nothing doing there as the 2nd down pass falls incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Third and long for him here. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit. Kate, you got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
Sam Martin on again now to punt it away. Washington deep to return. Signaling fair catch, and he takes it in at the 37. The Dolphins offense ready to go as they take the field. And they'll have a little momentum as they take the field here after their kicker drilled a deep one to end their last drive with points. The Dolphins in pretty good field position here as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Achane. This drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line.
You know, for pitchers, you'll hear them say, gosh, you got to pitch this guy backwards. For defenses, you got to do the same at times, Kate. You just can't always run it on first. You got to mix in some high percentage pass plays. Otherwise, you're going to get hit right in the face for a loss just like that.
Now they're going to throw out of the gun. Stepping up, and he's going to run. It's a small gain up to the 38. That stop made by Derek Brown.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and
It's a dime look defensively from the Panthers. 3rd down coming. Throw here, 3rd down. Completed over the middle. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. Now we get a timeout by the Panthers. It's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. So the Dolphins readying for the punt. Back deep is ETN. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The Panther offense headed out to the field. They seem likely to carry the lead into the locker room, but some points here to end the half could make things even more comfortable. Carolina offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Young working from the gun. Taking the deep shot there on 1st down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive downfield. I love the call. I love pushing the ball down the field. But the windows in the throwing lanes aren't there long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be off.
Here's 2nd and 10 from the 21. Out of the gun, Young. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes.
With how hard it is to get an open look downfield, can't let the coverage off the hook with the drop. Saw open space, started running before he was able to watch the ball into his hands.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down. They'll air it out on 3rd. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Now the Dolphins call a timeout. It's their first. As they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. Sam Martin on the punt. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And he makes the fair catch inside the 45. Miami set to take over once again on offense. And as they get set, got him imagine they're bringing some urgency with them to the field this drive, too.
Yeah, I think you and I both know in calling these NFL games, that sense of urgency can be replaced by full-blown panic in a hurry. So find a way to possess the ball and, more importantly, score some points.
Pretty good field position awaiting the Dolphins as they head up here, 1st and 10. Here's Ewers to throw. Dump off, caught by his back. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
As an offense, you don't call a screen, Kate, expecting to gain just a few yards. You call it expecting to break out something big and substantial. But it's up to that defense to stay ahead of it, to keep it contained to something much smaller. Case in point right there.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Now it's Ewers. He put everything he had into this one. That finds him deep down the sideline. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play, and that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Operating from the gun, it's Ewers. He brings it in. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. Now Carolina's going to take a timeout. That's in seconds. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Going jumbo set on this 1st and goal. Trying to run it in, Achane. And he will take it in. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins earn the chance to tie it before halftime. Devon Achane with the touchdown. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out. And that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Jason Sanders to try the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Dolphins manage to tie this game, it's 13-all. After tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Trevor Etienne to return this. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. Here come the Panthers, taking over late in this 1st half. And we're down inside 50 seconds to play, enough time to at least get into field goal range. Panthers look just about ready. 1st and 10. Young to throw it. It is caught left side. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. Now the Panthers decide to spend their 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. The tight end going in motion right. Finds him over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
So first down from the 41. Young throwing here. And he just gets rid of it. You had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down.
You know, Kate, that was one of those situations where you hear a quarterback having a clock, right? You know, and he ended up time in the pocket, but then it was like, okay, time is running out, and I got to do something. He did not force a throw and risk a pick. Instead, he just got rid of it and cut his losses.
No luck on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
One last play before the break. The final throw before the break. He's going to loft this deep down the left sideline. His final shot of the half will not connect. That falls incomplete. No time remaining in our first half. So we're all knotted up here at the half, Brock, as we send this over to our buddy Scott Hansen, who's got our halftime report. Scott?
Okay, Kate, thanks very much. Scott Hansen back with you in the studios in Orlando. We've got a close one, as we expected. No quarter given on either side. We are all tied up at the break. This one could go either way, so let's find out as they're ready for the 3rd quarter kickoff. Send it back out to the stadium and our commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Hewer.
We're set up for an incredible second half, all tied as we kick it away here in quarter number 3. On the return, this is ETN. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. Gets at the 25-yard line. Carolina ready to get things started on offense to begin the 3rd. And they could take control of the second half early, Brock, if they break the tie on this opening drive. Carolina offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. On play action, here's Young. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Xavier Legette, the target on that throw, and it's going to be 2nd down. When we look back at this one, Brock, it is going to be defensive highlight after defensive highlight, and there again, the examples, they just keep coming.
The physical play has been the trademark. Really, from the first snap through this second half, there have not been many just uncontested, clean, efficient plays. Every effort's been answered, and that's why that scoreboard's not been lit up.
Escapes the defender. Up the sideline to the 45. And he's brought down at the 44. They'll get 31 yards on the play. And that's good for a Panthers first.
I love this, Kate. No issues at all going to this receiver in the short field, because any time when this man touches the ball, he can transform a short completion into a big play.
So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. It's 3 sacks for the game so far. Brings up second down.
Yeah, we hear about it all the time. A short memory, right? We hear about it with quarterbacks a lot, Kate, when they make a mistake. But it works the same way for a defense, a whole position group. You have got to flush that big play, come back and play the next play, and boy, did the defense do it there.
Last play sent him back across midfield here, 2nd and long. From the pistol, it's Young. McMillan on the slant. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40.
A gain of 10 yards, and it's 3rd down.
Third down, they need 7. To the air on 3rd and long. Got his man. This is McMillan. And he'll get this down at the 33-yard line. And that play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
And the Panthers, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
As a quarterback, when you throw that curl route, you know it's a tight window, Kate. But the minute that DB turns and can't react to the throw, you put it right on your receiver's numbers. He comes back and gets it and moves the sticks.
1st and 10, it's Hubbard. And he works it inside the 30. That's a gain of 7.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
7 yards on that last play, so this is 2nd and 3. Here's the give to Dowdle. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Well, look at here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
1st down, Panthers.
All set now, 1st and 10. Here's Dowdle again. And it's another 1st down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal.
13 yards on the play. That's another Panthers 1st down. 1st and goal.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
From the red zone on 1st. Caught just shy of the goal line. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
That's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. It moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Still chances to get these final 4 yards. It's 2nd and goal. Hubbard has nothing on that run. They stand strong and stop him at the 2.
Well, you get a little bit closer, but you can feel the pressure starting to mount. Unless you're committed to playing 4 downs here, this becomes a critical 3rd down call.
2 yards standing between this unit and 6. Here's 3rd and goal. Now Young. We've got a screen to the running back. He has the Carolina touchdown. The Panthers take the lead right away in half number 2. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
This is Fitzgerald trying to tack on the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Panthers break that tie and now lead by 7.
Dolphins 13.
Fitzgerald on to handle the kickoff. Washington now to return. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. The Miami offense headed out there now. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
Dolphins just about set up here. 1st and 10. Acham running right. And hopefully a bit of a wake-up for their ground game. It's a solid pickup there on the play. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
So gain of 5 on that first down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on 2nd. And stick with Acham. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. DJ Wanham gets there to haul him down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Gotta figure out this 3rd down here. Here he is on 3rd and short. That's Cox. He's got Washington. And they'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. Get an even 10 on that play. And it's going to be 1st down Miami.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47. Here's Acham up the middle. He dodged the tackle. And he's all the way across midfield down inside that 45-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
That's another Dolphins 1st down. 1st and 10.
I just love that so much, Kate. Yeah, they trailed at the break, but that doesn't deter you from running the ball. And results like that will more than likely have them lean into the run game.
1st down, and they go right back to it. Dodges another stop. And he's taken out of bounds as he gets it down near the red zone. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that is the Dolphins' 1st down.
Having been in enough locker rooms at halftime, Kate, I know what the messaging was in there. Start the game out by sending a message. Doesn't matter you're trailing, run right at them and go make a point.
Going to the ground again on first. And the big gain followed by a little bit of a loss here. Defense getting the better of him on that run.
His goal is pretty clear, Kate. Crash forward and then crash inside. Set that edge, but if you can come inside and bury that runner before it gets started, the better.
A momentary speed bump there on what has otherwise been a great drive. Here's 2nd and 11. On the shotgun, Ewers. Dulcich hauls it in. And give him 10 yards there. A lot of work done as they set up 3rd and very short.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He could take it to the house.
Here we go. Goal line formation coming out on 3rd and inches. Ewers will sneak it. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal.
That's more than a must-get for a quarterback. I really put that in the always-get territory. Even if the defense knows what's coming, you got to be able to drive forward for at least a couple inches.
Bringing the offense up to the line. 1st and 10. Ewers throwing out of the pistol. Pressure coming, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
That is some serious defensive urgency that really does match the situation we're in. This is a one-score game. Even though they have gotten after this quarterback all game long, they know they can't let up now.
Expect the defense to be coming again here after that sack. It is 2nd and 16. From the shotgun, it's Ewers. Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. And back-to-back takedowns behind the line of scrimmage. Set him up now with 3rd down.
Kate, you just know as a quarterback there's situations where you're going to gain the trust of the play caller or quickly lose it. And when you take back-to-back sacks, you've lost the trust of your coordinator. And now on 3rd down, well, you better do all you can to regain it.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Here we go, 3rd and long. Completed over the middle. And he works this to 15 before they make the stop. Fourth down, and on comes Jason Sanders for the Dolphins field goal. This is going to be a 32-yarder from the left hash. Sanders sends it through. And it's run back down now to a 4-1 game.
Listen, all he can do is make the kicks he's called out there to make. They need 8 points from him now. He's able to handle his 3rd field goal of the game. Just inching them.
Jukes away from one. Now bottle him up just as he gets it to the 30. The Panthers and running back Rico Battle back out now. They were able to say mission accomplished on their last series, finding that end zone with the work. That starts all over again right now.
And you know this game from our years together of doing this. I'm a firm believer of call it until they stop it. It doesn't mean you have to innovate right away. Call the same plays until they stop them because they flew last drive, they couldn't.
So first and 10 now from the 30. Play action now, Young. Steps up and he's running with it.
As quarterback, Kate, you got to hold with those throws. Don't just lead to the passing game. Short scramble like that, and they open up a big one down the road.
Second down now, they need 7. Young on the play action. Rolling left, behind some time. That one goes for 31 yards. First down when all is said and done.
31 yards. That's good for our Panthers. First down. First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
I mean, I don't ever want to be a defensive coordinator. They do so many things right to take away the pass, and then what happens? Well, you get a quarterback that lowers his head, gashes the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game. You take away the pass, but you can't stop the QB run.
From the gun, or on for Dowdle. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle, you feel all I'm thinking about right now, Kate, training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, come to life when it matters.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is second and 10. Shotgun snap, got Young. Nice work by the back here. Playing safety bound, complete. And he's brought down after a short game.
That's a defensive goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular. When the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. He'll air it out on 3rd. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. Give him 8 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up the Carolina first down.
The 26-yard line.
Hey, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results of third down. And that's exactly the result they needed. Enough to keep this drive moving.
Coming to the line for another first and 10. Shotgun give now to Dowdle. Escapes the defender. And that is exactly what they were after, Brock. A good 8-yard run there on first down.
You know, these are good runs, Kate, because the balance of being played in a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and keeps that defense honest.
Last one got him 9, so now they need one more here on second down. On the ground again with Dowdle. And that short gain is enough for him to set it down.
You know what I love about that play call? It was simple. Nobody overthinking on the sideline or out on the field. Just an offense going to work and moving those chains.
They keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another first and 10. Out of the gun, Young. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw and force something. He brings up second down.
There was almost no resistance against the rush that came off the line, ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
Second Second down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass. Young working from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into first and goal.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
This offense in position now. It's first and goal. Dowdle. And that's only 1 yard up the middle. Gonna be second down.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on first and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on second down.
Now it's second and goal from the 1. Dowdle again. And he's not going to score. He stopped short. Actually might have lost a couple back at the 2.
He's taken down behind the line of scrimmage. The play lost a yard. It's now.
So they'll have some time to prepare for third and goal. We're at the end of our third quarter. It's the Panthers in possession of it. They need to preserve that lead over one final quarter. Big play coming up here as everyone gets set for third and goal. McMillan coming in motion right. Young on third and goal. That one's incomplete in the end zone. A close game is going to stay close, Brock, so long as plays like that are being made in big situations.
Yeah, in these tight games, you got to have your defense making plays just like that in the red zone. Here we got a defender in particular coming through with a big hit to keep points off the board.
Fourth down, Young. And he scores. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers now lead by 10. It's a Bryce Young touchdown. His third total score in this game.
What an absolute bonus for this offensive coordinator when you've got a QB that can create. And what a nightmare for a defense as they just get run on.
This is Fitzgerald trying to tack on the extra point. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Panthers drive their lead to 11.
27. Dolphins 16.
Ain't no other king in his rep thing makes siblings. Nothing but my children. When they disappearing.
Now Fitzgerald on to handle the kickoff. Washington now to return. He stopped on the run back of the 27. The Dolphins offense out once again, led by Quinn Ewers. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. All right, Miami has its offense set, partner. Here comes first and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Ewers. In big trouble now, and the ball is out. And the
Well, you can just see the QB scanning, can't you? He's moving, he's looking downfield, but everything covered up on the back end. That second and third level defenders did their job, and what did it do? Well, free that pass rush up to strip the ball away from the QB.
Carolina about set to go once again offensively. And I'm pretty sure, Brock, they hadn't even all sat down on that sideline yet to rest. And now they're right back out there with a great chance to repeat their last touchdown.
And you will take that every day of the week and twice on Sundays. You don't mind at all. You got that defense right now reeling after the touchdown. And look at where they start with the football now.
Offense showing trips out right as they get set for this 1st and 10. They're going to throw now, following the turnover. To the left side, Sanders has it. And he's taken down as they very quickly get into 1st and goal.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, then go to work after.
1st and goal now as they try to pad this lead. Inside, give to Dowdle. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on 1st and goal. Ooh, talk about a bad look there, Brock. Going jumbo set and still moving backwards after that play.
I don't think you're talking to this defense, Kate, because I think they thought that was an excellent look to knock that thing backwards.
Yeah, good point, good point. After the loss, it's 2nd and goal from the 5. Young hangs on to it. And he's in for the touchdown. The Panthers making a 3-score game in the 4th. It's a Bryce Young touchdown. Well, we all knew somebody was running with it there, and when the defender started flowing towards the back, he made the right call that he would be the one to run it in.
Yeah, he sure did. I think if he hands that off, this play does not end in a touchdown, but in a collision for his running back.
Yeah.
So not only is that running back thinking his quarterback, the rest of the guys are celebrating for that decision.
This is Fitzgerald trying to tack on the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Panthers push their lead to 18.
Dolphins 16.
Fitzgerald on to handle the kickoff. Eskridge on the return. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Offense returning to the field now for the Dolphins. Watch their fumble turn into points, so feeling maybe a little bit of an urge to make up for that now in this series. Dolphins just about set up here, 1st and 10. Playing with Achane here out of the gun. He dodged the tackle. And he's going to get this one into enemy territory to the 47. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And it's going to be 1st down Miami.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, let's give them a little love right here, okay? They don't always get the attention they deserve on broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
One play in, Brock, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Throwing here, Ewers. Down he goes. The Panthers got him.
This overwhelming pressure and these sacks after sacks after sacks. It's built this lead, and you know it's the way they want to finish it.
We go from angry and mad to happy and glad.
Following the sack needs some positive yards here. It is 2nd down and 18. To throw, here's Ewers. Here's a screen for Achane. And he takes it across midfield and into Panthers territory.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler. Gets himself into rhythm, and I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm, and a nice little gain on top of it.
Digging deep in the playbook here, and this is 3rd and 11. 3rd and long for him here. It's in or no, they dropped another one. Picks dropped on back-to-back plays. Does force a 4th down. Well, this goes for every player in every sport, Brock. Fatigue in the 4th quarter. So that can mean dropped interceptions just as much as it can mean a dropped catch, too.
And believe it or not, Kate, quarterbacks, they can get fatigued, too.
Yeah.
Maybe not as much physically as their buddies running around and hitting, but mentally. You just get tired there as a passer. You start to assume, and that's a dangerous place to play.
Brought in inside the 20. One of their biggest plays of the game so far, and it comes on a 4th down gamble.
And the Dolphins, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
As a quarterback, you just know in that situation when you go for it on 4th down, it may mean sometimes thrown into double coverage. But if you're going to go for it, at least give your guy a shot to make a play. And against really long odds, he came up with a big-time catch.
Achane, a 1st down carry. Went in there full steam ahead, but he ran out of steam pretty quickly. No gain on that one.
He was taken down.
Good defensive tackles in this league, Kate. They can take up a couple blockers. Great defensive tackles. Well, they stuffed the stat sheet just like that, knocking that run backwards before it could get started.
A momentary speed bump there on what has otherwise been a great drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Receiver in motion. He's headed right. They fake the handoff. Now Ewers. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And for the 2nd straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way, and that's going to bring up a tough 3rd down.
This is one of those moments that I am just at a loss for words. We just saw a record-tying 12th sack in this ball game. It really is on two sides of it. On one side of it offensively, well, this has been impossible to block these guys. But, Kate, I have got to celebrate what we're seeing defensively. Just the 6th team in the history of this game to notch 12 sacks in one ball game.
He's going for it himself. And he gets this forward to the 19.
Well, this is in every quarterback's tool belt, even the ones not regarded as the best movers and shakers. But, Kate, to play QB in the league today, you've got to be able to do this. If you've got nobody open, still get some positive yards with your legs.
Fourth down, and on comes Jason Sanders for the Dolphins field goal. It's a 36-yard look from the left hash. Sanders sends it through, and that lowers the deficit to 15.
If they wanted any kind of shot here, Kate, to come back in this game, that field goal had to go through and make it a two-score game. That's only the first of what would need to be several steps here in a hurry to have a chance to try to pull this out.
Jason Sanders.
Sanders all set to send it away. Covered with a return here. He stopped on the run back at the 27. The Panthers get going again once more on offense. They're up by 2 scores, Brock, but we've got some time left, so they still need to mount a drive here. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Tight end in motion right. On the counter, Dowdle. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
Well, you often see some mix, some high percentage pass plays on 1st and 10. You got to keep the defense honest. They're always looking for a run in that situation, a chance to stack them up for 2nd and long.
Rod lost him a yard to begin the drive. Here comes 2nd and 11. Here's Young to throw. It is caught left side. Decent gain here, but short of the 1st.
Complete to number 18. A gain of 8 yards. And it's 3rd down.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Now Young. Making the call himself. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
A gain of 6. That's good for a Panthers 1st down.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the 1st down.
From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10. We'll go with Dowdle on the run. This one is stopped after about a 5-yard pickup. The tackle made at the 45.
Really good patience right there. It's hard to do for runners in this league because these holes close up so fast, but he was patient, he was explosive, he got a nice little gain on the ground.
1st down run, nabs him 5, now 2nd and 5. Here's Dowdle straight up the middle. And all he can get is a yard here, Brock. It's going to be 3rd down.
The tackle made by Jordan Brooks. A gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Young throwing here. Caught deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And it looks like the Dolphins have it. And they can't add anything after that recovery, partner, but they do take possession of the football.
Hey, a normal old stop on 3rd down just wasn't good enough for this crew. Nope, they had to rip the ball away from them literally in an impressive and dominant play that sets their offense up for success.
The Dolphins sending their offense back out there. Down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw in their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. New set of downs for them. They'll start at the 38. Here's Achan from the pistol. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Here's yours to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes him back. Third down coming up.
Hey, Kate, it's time to add some players and some names and a team to the all-time record list. It used to read 12 when it comes to sacks, accomplished 5 times. But you know what we just witnessed? We just witnessed the 13th sack of this game in NFL history. This group has lived behind the other side of the line all game long, and now they will live in their record books right now.
You know who's gonna find you? The low man fishing. Grandma wishing you the best, but it's hard to digest the sound of your chest.
Panthers countering with a dime package here. Third down. Running back sent in motion. Throwing this one back of the end zone. And they really went for it on third down, didn't they? But the heave falls incomplete. Now they're facing fourth down.
That's going to be a play tomorrow. When they watch it on tape, they're going to be kicking themselves a bit. Kate, you get man-to-man coverage down in the red zone, you got to take advantage of it. It's hard. Zone coverage and the windows are so tight. You get man, you got to find a way to win.
Down in the fourth, offense staying out there for this. Desperation time here. It's a big strike to him. He's all the way home. Touchdown, Miami! The Dolphins can make it a one-score game as they trim the lead. Tyreek Hill the touchdown.
A receiver this skilled, well, he's got every route in his back pocket. But sometimes simple is better. No complicated cuts, no double moves. You just go run right by him.
Now a point after to bring it back within one score. Pressure gets there, right side, it's blocked! And the Panthers grab it! Up to the races, middle of the field! The 40! At the 20! And against all odds, they get the block and return it all the way for 2 points.
Well, I know you, Kate. You know me, and I think we would both sign up for this kind of track meet. One side of it scampers all the way down the field with a big play. The other side, they don't hang their head for a second. Instead, they block it, and they scamper it all the way back the other way for 2 on the board. You know, it really does, Kate. When you see that point blocked, it just deflates. You feel like the whole sideline gets deflated, but I'll tell you what else it does. It puts a little seed of doubt and thought into your kicker and your special teams, and you hate that. You really do. You want those guys playing with as much confidence as your offense and defense is. So making sure you get your kicker right and that special teams unit right, that's going to be hugely important here down the road.
Hubbard with a return here. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. The Carolina offense headed out now. And they're already up by 2 scores, Brock, but another one here would really put this one out of reach. Panthers look just about ready. 1st and 10. I'll start on the ground. Gallup. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
New set of downs is not off to a real good start here, Cates. And I know every yard counts in this league, but that lone yard, it's not going to really change what they're thinking about doing here on 2nd down.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Young to throw it. Let's set up the screen. It's Hubbard. Jukes away from one. And he's out of bounds. Defenders get there to drive him out right near that 40-yard line. Give him an 18-yard pickup there. And that's good for a Panthers first.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
First and 10, it's Hubbard. And this play doesn't work out like the last snap, right? So he can only get back to the line with the defense all over this one.
Now this defense is in the driver's seat, Kate. Right? When you make a stop like that on first down, you know, it's your discretion of just how aggressive you want to be following that play up.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Looking to throw, Young. That's caught by Hubbard. That screen sniffed out quickly, shut down behind the line.
Kate, that's one of those situations as a quarterback, but on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Outright, Leggett makes the grab. Looks great initially, but he is short on that first down marker. They rallied to him in time to force the 4th down.
Awareness. You've got to be aware. Play caller, quarterback, receiver have to be aware of where the sticks are. They're just not enough, not deep enough to extend the drive and move the chains.
Carolina in punt formation. And he's going to do the honors for the 4th time today. The Dolphins and running back Devon Achane getting back to work. And those legs must be tired, but he ain't stopping, Brock. Not with the type of game that he's been having for himself on the ground. All right, Miami has its offense set, partner. Here comes 1st and 10. Play action, Ewers. Finds him on the crossing route. And some excellent work to drive them all the way up past the 30-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that is a Dolphins' 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Man in motion here. 1st down, play action. Connects on the crosser. Escapes the defender. And this gets close to the red zone. He is inside the 25.
Speed kills, baby. You better make that tackle right away on these receivers or you're going to get some serious yak. Those yards after catch just like that. Taking a short gain and turning it into an explosive play.
Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. From the shotgun, it's Ewers. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
From the 24 once again, it's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, Ewers. Incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. That one intended for Jalen Waddle. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Throw here, 3rd down. Another drop. The last 2 plays both should have been intercepted, but neither could be brought in. However, Brock, they do at least force this 4th down.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, he just couldn't quite hang on.
1-yard attempt.
Kicked well, and this is good! And it pulls them back within 1 score here in the 4th.
His make there, they had to have that one. And it really does set up a judgment call down on the field. This is where special teams coach and head coach are talking about game management. Got 3 timeouts left, so you really can write either if you want. Onside kick or send it deep.
That lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. On the return, this is ETN. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Panthers set to take the field. They struggled to produce on that last series, but better results ahead as they take possession here. First call here coming from the shotgun. This drive will begin with Hubbard. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one. So rather than let the 2-minute warning hit, the defense burns the first of its timeouts.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You can stick to the ground, you could throw beyond the sticks, and really create some indecision now defensively.
This will be the last play before our 2-minute warning. Out of the gun, Young. Has him on the quick hitter. And he has them a first down, which they will tackle on the other side of this 2-minute warning. Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. The tight end in motion now. Running with Hubbard out of the gun. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play. With 1:54 remaining, the defense burns a timeout.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. They motion the tight end over. Counter play, Hubbard. And he dodged the tackle. And it's a nice gain off a really good effort there just to stay upright. The Dolphins choosing to spend their final time out here. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on 3rd down. Back to throw. That's complete. Sanders has got it outright. And this one doesn't go far.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I could think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that third down?
Punting unit out now. And this is the 5th time he's been called upon today. And that kick will get out of bounds without a return. Looks to be a little shy of reaching the 20. The Dolphins offense out once again, led by Quinn Ewers. They have been automatic scoring in this quarter, and yet another opportunity to do so here. All right, starting in the pistol this time, Brock. 1st and 10. He'll look to throw it. Short pass brought in. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 29-yard line.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Here he is to throw. Escapes the pocket. And they don't get any help on this 2nd down, Brock. He is out right along the line, so no gain.
You know, sometimes, and you've heard this from a lot of the great coaches, know when to lose a battle to win the war. And that time, just simply not taking a loss, pretty big deal for the offense.
To the line. Here's 3rd and 3. Here he is to throw. Past the line, he's going to run for it. And he'll get to the ground at the end of that one as Ewers' run earns him a 1st down.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment, made at the perfect time for the 1st down.
Time not on their side here as they get set for 1st down. No timeouts remaining either. Setting up to pass. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And they've got a little extra distance now to make up here on 2nd down. So it's the Panthers who take this one on the road. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. So for Brock Heward, everyone here on our great crew, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Panthers are winners as we say so long from Miami.